We start off in the nation's capital, where the Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by a governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in Kogi State. The court also refused an application by Murtala Ajaka seeking the constitution of a full panel to hear his appeal. Mr. Ajaka had written a letter to the Chief Justice of Nigeria requesting that a 7-member panel be constituted to hear and determine the appeal he had filed concerning the 2023 Kogi State governorship election. In a short ruling, Justice Lawal held that election appeals are time-bound, and the court constituted as a 5-member panel has a jurisdiction to determine the appeal as presented. Let's get more on the development from the Supreme Court. TVC News Judiciary correspondent Celestina Ariad is standing by. Celestina, what more can you tell us about the ruling today in court?
Okay, Precious, the Supreme Court also held appeal arising from Imo and Bayelsa State. The court also reserved judgment, but that of Kogi State was taken first and judgment was reserved. But the candidate of the SDP and through his counsel had prayed the court that the court should grant their request, which is having its full composition in terms of 7 justices. And we know 7 justices sits on constitutional matter, but this is a political matter. And the reason for their request is based on the fact that they want the Supreme Court to depart from a decision the court had taken in the case of Peter Obi versus Atiku. But we're really not quite clear on the position which the Supreme Court took. But they are saying that if the court constitutes as a 5-member panel, they would not be able to depart from that position. And also the appeal is anchored on the decision of the tribunal and the Court of Appeal, which expunged the evidence and testimony given by the persecution witness, the petitioner's witness number 1, and they are saying that the trial court and the Court of Appeal ought not to have expunged the evidence and also the beavers tendered by the petitioner's first witness. And now they are asking the court to overturn the decision of the tribunal and the Court of Appeal. And the Supreme Court has said it on different occasions that concurrent findings of the lower court before the Supreme Court can overturn such findings. It's not impossible. It is possible, but enough reasons and enough proof needs to be laid before the Supreme Court before the court can decide on that. And moving over to that of Bayelsa, the appeal filed by Timiprio Silva was also heard today against the election of Governor Doyedi of Bayelsa State. The court also reserved judgment. We recall that Mr. Silva's claim is that INEC did not collate results from 184 polling units from 3 local governments, which is Lembe, Ogba, and Southern Ijo. And that of Imo was also taken, and the court reserved judgment. Recall that these elections are from the off-season election that was conducted late last year.
All right, thank you, Celestina. We know that you're staying on these developments for us, especially the ones where the court has reserved judgment. I know that as soon as we have the judgment dates, we will follow through with that. Thank you so much, Celestina.